All right, can you guys hear me now? Ah, see, that's why. Okay, this one's working, yes? Okay, wait. Okay, yeah, this one's working. Perfect. So, yeah, just putting this up against a standard smartphone. Now, this isn't a good indication, unfortunately, because the Xperia is notoriously gigantic and it's really long. So, unfortunately, it's not really a good matchup. Oh, actually, here, no, I just realized I have my Asus Zenfone 5Z here. So this is more indicative of a normal kind of smartphone. So it is much bigger. In fact, where is the measuring tape? Over here. I measured this earlier. So this does measure at 6.7 inches of screen, and this is more of like a 6, and that's a really freaking long screen. So this is kind of just a mashup of what to expect. Xperia phones, man, they're great, but they don't fit in your pocket. They're really big. They're really long, but I love them. They're really cool. So this, we're going to do a remind me later on that, actually. So it's a very blocky. Okay, now a very important thing before we continue. This isn't a phone, and it most certainly does look like one, doesn't it? It's like hello, and it looks like you have an earpiece there, but it isn't. It's a light sensor, and you have a microphone at the bottom. So it's got a lot of indications of it being a phone, but it's not. It's not a phone. There's no fingerprint unlock. There's no SIM card anywhere on the unit itself. It is straight up an e-reader, and this is supposed to be an e-reader. Say hello to some people first. Louise and Robert and ZZZ, hello, and Joe Prostco. I can't say I know who any of you guys are. Wow, new faces to the crowd, and it most certainly seems like you guys are here specifically for this because haven't seen you around in the previous ones. One moment here. Front camera. Okay, that one's that one. The audio was off again. I think there was a crash. Now, before we continue even more, actually, I completely forgot. I raided the receiving department, as I usually do before I come up to the office. Office is on the second floor where I am, and receiving and reception is downstairs and everything. So just going to crack this open because I don't know what it is. It is legitimately sealed. It is from Amazon, so what happens is when people send us samples, a lot of the time they just dispatch us something from Amazon because it's already a developed infrastructure. Sometimes people send stuff themselves, but it's better to keep things under one roof for most people. So, again, if I'm allowed to show you what it is, I will. If I'm not allowed, unfortunately, if we're bound by NDA or something like that, I can't go into that. Oh, I can show you. Cool. Look at this. Ah, cool. iPad Air, latest gen. And there's some documentation in there. Yeah, a goody reader, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look at this, under the paper. An Apple Pencil. All right, sweet. We're going to be doing unboxings and reviews on all of this. What happened was we actually... Oh, little scratch here, one loud, thank you. What we did, actually, is... we don't usually get into tablets, but we had TCL and stuff like that. So we said, hey, Apple, do you think it'd be cool if you give us a sample of like the latest thing? You know, we can send it back or whatever. And you know what? There's no return label in there. So, yeah, so they sent us a sample, and we say we do like, you know, note taking, and we wanted to show off the e-reading capabilities of this. So like note taking, e-reading, PDFs, manga, stuff like that. We're not going to show you guys videos and movies in the App Store and stuff because you don't want to see that from us. You want to see kind of the reading exclusive. So that's where that's going to come in. Thank you guys telling me about the audio. I have since turned it down since you guys said. So let us move into this now. So this is a really nice unit. It's very premium feeling. In fact, if you look at the top where the speaker grill is actually kind of like sound waves, kind of like an equalizer. Really cool. Really, really cool. I like that. I like that kind of stylistic stuff. And this is also a new body. They've never done this body before. It says Hi Reader on there, and then it says Life Reimagined. I think they've been using the Life Reimagined for quite some time. Nope, we're good on audio, I think. Lost audio again, now left channel. Good luck on the review. I'm out. Okay. Yeah, let's see. No, it looks like we have audio. Oh, perfect. Nice. Okay. Yes, so this device has an e-ink button, and the e-ink button is going to do different things. So you can enter the settings, and what you want the e-ink button to do, you can alter it here. So if I want to do a single press of the e-ink button, it's going to do a screen refresh, but I can assign anything I want. Look at all that stuff. That is a lot of stuff. You can play, pause music, reverse the next page, etc. You can even go to double click the e-ink button, and you can use that to start an application. You can enter the settings, you can start the e-ink application, you can set it to whatever you want. So I like to usually set that for automatic backlight. So for example, if I press it twice, the backlight turns on now and turns off respectively. And you can obviously change the backlight settings with that. They say backlight because it's more of like a what do you call, no, that's old. Audio is fine now. No, that's old. Wait, what's old? The iPad? The iPad's brand new. Yeah, this is the latest gen, 5th generation iPad 2022. Or you mean no, that's odd? I don't know. Yeah, so let's see what else we have here. You can long press and it'll do something else. So it'll do shorthand. And what this actually does is, actually, I can't remember what this one does. Oh yeah, this is going to give you different things based on what app you're in. So for example, if you're on like a browser, it's going to open search. If you're on an ebook, it's going to open additional options, stuff like that. We actually have a dedicated video on this one, the ink screen settings, what all this means, bleaching app, front anti-aliasing. Sorry for the comment you said was old. I'm so lost. Sorry, I have no idea what you're talking about, man. Okay, moving on here. Yeah, so we have a dedicated video on that. You guys can watch that, no problem. This has Wi-Fi, it says Bluetooth. Obviously, it does not have any 4G, doesn't have any cellular whatsoever because it is not a smartphone. It very much looks like one. A lot of the times when you go into the settings, it's going to say like, you know, smartphone, screen, settings, all that kind of stuff. It isn't one. They're just basically using the One Touch OS that they blanket over the A5, the A7, the A5CC, the A5C, all that stuff. So what do you guys want to see on this, basically, is why we're here, because, you know, that's the whole reason we do this, is for you guys to ask questions live and check everything out. So we can look at a PDF if you'd like, using the Baidu app. I think that'll work. A lot of the time, these base apps don't work, and yes, you can uninstall things if you don't like it. For example, if we go to the apps here, I don't even know what that is. I think that's JD Marketplace. You can press and hold that and uninstall it, and it just goes away. You don't need all that bloatware. You don't need all that stuff that's kind of just, you know, taking up space on the unit. It's not required. You don't have to utilize all these Chinese apps and stuff like that. So don't stress too much about that. It does have a browser. It has some tools in it, calculator, recorder, WPS Office. You can obviously download whatever you want. It doesn't have Google Play, but they do have an app store. The app store isn't extensive by any means, but it is there. Oh, it's asking for like, oh, what I want to download, I think. No, I don't want to download those. QQ and all that stuff. Yeah, all the good stuff. Okay, yeah, so they do have an app store. It is only going to be in Chinese, but you can get around this by just going to the e-ink browser. If you go to the e-ink browser, you can go to Google, you go to Goody Reader, you can go to anywhere you want, and you can download apps. So you can actually use Goody Reader, and you can go to services, and you can go to the app store. I think I'll open in a new tab here. Tab number 3 goes over there, yep. this isn't indicative of how slow the device is. This is just everyone's Wi-Fi, and you know, we're doing live right now and all that kind of stuff. So once you go over to the App Store, the audio is clipping. I hope the audio is all good now, guys. I haven't heard any comments from you guys for like 5 minutes, so I'm assuming we're good to go. But yeah, you can just go to the App Store here, and when you click on something, you can download it directly from here. So when I click on something, you can go over to that app, and then you can go... What is happening? Oh, this is playing a video in the background. That's right. I had a YouTube video going in the background there. So yeah, this has really good audio and stuff. We'll show you that in a second. Yeah, so you can go over here, for example, the Sony Reader. And the Sony Reader is actually really cool. You can use it on any device, on any browser. It's really nice. You can just click download, and then it'll just start downloading right there. This one's 52 MB. We're not going to do it right now because we don't want to download something while we're on live, but yeah, that's really cool. Robert Abe says audio is perfect. Thank you. Gonzalo, does it physically feel like a smartphone? Can it go into a regular pocket? Don't feel weird while walking? I mean, like, oh, here, let me go over here for a second, show you guys. So this is, it looks like a smartphone. I mean, it's built exactly like a smartphone. You know, so you could argue, yes, it does look like a smartphone. Like, oh hey, oh yeah, I'll be right there. I'm just reading on my not smartphone. Yeah, so it definitely, yeah, it's big in the pocket. It's quite big. Again, I'll put it up against my Sony here. So some Daiso stickers. So it's about as long as the Sony, which is a really long experience, and it's much wider, significantly wider. And in terms of thickness, if I just take my Sony out of the case, just for a smidge, gotta put those stickers on my thing, my little campaign. It is thicker as well, so it's a fairly chunky experience. It's not terrible by any means, and you know, e-readers should be kind of big in a way. So we'll show you what actually reading looks like on this. So I think we have a book on here. It should just be under books. That was documents. I think we just go into storage. It should just be in root. There we go. Christmas Carol. That's our go-to. Leston Alexandrino. Whoa, cool. What e-reader has the lowest price with Android pen and good quality? I only speak Portuguese. I like your work. I can't pay much for an e-reader. I live in Brazil. Oh man, what a terrible combination of everything. Not that you live in Brazil, that has nothing to do with it. What I mean is, you're wanting to buy something and ship to Brazil. Brazil has a very high tax. Very high tax. Oh man. Lowest price on an e-reader with Android pen and good quality. You're asking for the moon, man. Goyu T1. Yeah. Oh yeah, you don't speak English, so I guess I have to write it down on a piece of paper for you. Okay, get a piece of paper here. I mean, right? Because I gotta transmit the information to you. Here, I'll be really nice here. Goyuet1. Watch this. Write that down. That, Gonzalo. Wait, no. Who asked that? Leston. That's going to be the one because it has Android. Yes. Has a pen. Yes. Good quality. Yes, it is good. It is good. That's the one. Goyu T1. If you search that, we have that on our store. We are a distributor of theirs. Their parent company is Bigme. And they also have the Pocket Note 7. Either one will be good. So I hope you saw that because I'm going to take it away now. Yeah, the Goyu is really good. That would probably be the best way there. Who else said something here? I wish Google would enter the e-reader business. They do. Google. Oh, I see. You mean like Google making products? Yeah. That would be kind of cool. Like a Google e-reader. Dang. Yeah, that'd be really cool, man. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Anyways, let's look at this. So I have no idea what app to use to open this. You can download anything you want. Aldeco, Moon Plus Reader, Amazon, anything you want. I'm just gonna hope the Migu Reader does it. Migu is an infrastructure that exists in China that they actually collaborate with a lot of manufacturers, including Amazon. They've teamed up with Amazon actually for the Amazon X Migu. So I actually don't even know how to open this on here. Here, Squirrel Reader. Yes, I agree. I allow you to track everything, everything. It's just like every app has its own little ecosystem. You guys notice that? In China, that is true. Like WeChat, QQ, Baidu, Migu, like they all have their little individual ecosystems. It's crazy. Like, do I have just... Oh, here we go. WPS Office. That'll open it for sure. I know that'll open it. I mean, it like almost most definitely should. It'll open anything if I get through these prompts. Well, I really got to just give these guys access to your brain, don't you? Wow, you don't... Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. What the heck was that? I'm really not going to be able to show you guys an ebook. This is crazy. You know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to show you guys the app experience by going to the apps, and we're going to go App Store. No, we're not going to go App Store. I don't want to go there. I'm going to go e-ink browser. I'm going to go over to the Goody Reader App Store, and I'm going to download something normal. Yes, something normal. I'm going to go Services, App Store. And I'm going to download a reader app of some sort. Here it is, Aldico. Aldico's really good. They're really solid. They scan your device storage for basically anything. Also, if you want to speed this device up, we'll show you that in a second. Oh, my mom's here. Hello. So I'm going to download that. Hopefully it doesn't slow things down too much. You can go to the top here and you can actually choose clear mode, which looks fantastic, but there's going to be a lot of staining. Or you can go to balanced, smooth, and speed. So there are quite a lot of speed modes on here. So I think we go to security and we can go to other security and install from third party. Install from storage. No, it should be applications if anything. Applications. Well, it'll probably prompt when I get there. The operating system they're using is called Touch OS. It is a little bit different in a lot of ways. So, for example, if you go home and you swipe to the very left, you get into all these things that have like cards and stuff like that. And then if you swipe, yeah, so you can swipe left and right, and it goes between like the bookstore and apps and bookshelf and stuff like that. So it takes some getting used to. It's not a traditional Android experience, so that is something you're going to have to kind of deal with. So we go here, go menu, downloads. Did I get Aldico? It is downloading. Yeah, so you can download any app you want. While we're doing that, I'm actually going to go over here and show you that it does run videos. So you can go to YouTube and you can go like this, and you can go to speed mode. Speed mode is not recommended. It's required, basically. But it does work very well. This is a very good experience. Watch. That's me in my car. I was doing a video. Yeah. It's very smooth. In fact, I'm going to turn this down because you don't need to hear me talking twice. Yeah, it's a very smooth experience. The viewing angle on ePaper is really good, so you can see, look at that extreme angle, and you still see it properly. And also, if you reflect light into it, obviously, if you get the exact bulb of light, it's going to go away. But for the most part, it does diffuse a lot of the light in the area. So that's the beauty of matte screens and ePaper, of course. And yes, to answer a lot of your guys' question, it is a matte screen, so that's very nice. Let's see how our download is doing. We'll go back to here, and there it is. So you have to unblock, and then by doing so, it will allow you to go through and say continue. It's going to say, oh, there's a risk of you downloading third-party apps. Your device is going to explode when you put it back in your pocket. This message will self-destruct in 5 seconds. It's going to go through the whole thing, but yeah, so you can say okay, you can open it. Okay, now we got Aldico on here, so it's a normal application. And when I say normal, I mean not a Chinese-only ecosystem that we just can't use without a mainland Chinese phone number. So that's what I mean when I say normal. There's nothing wrong with those apps, it just doesn't fit what we're doing. So if I go to my books, I should be able to go through my... Oh, here we go. Can I just read one of these? Here. Let's just get a sample. Dreams bigger than heartbreak. All right. I don't know what that is, but let's just read it. Okay, it's added to my library. We should be able to go back, go to my books, click on that. Boom, e-reading experience. That only took 7 minutes. So first we'll start in speed mode, of course. Okay, there's some text. That's what it looks like on the screen. I think you might be able to pinch and zoom to make it bigger. Nope, you have to click on here, click on settings. Font settings would be here, text size. Oh, it's a percentage, at least on this app. So there you go. That's pretty nice. And if you want to make it a lot more pretty, you go to clear. And now that looks really good. And if you want to make it look even better, you turn off the glow light. That looks great. That's a great e-reading experience. And I think you should be able to use the volume buttons to turn pages. Let's see. Okay, not all apps do that, but there are some apps that allow you to actually assign the volume buttons to be able to do that. This one might have that. Under reading options, potentially. Reading options. There it is. Turn pages with volume buttons. So we can go here, and now we can turn pages with one hand, back and forth with the volume buttons. So you can simply just hold it right here and go boom, boom, boom. And this is a really good e-reading experience. And why that is because a lot of people have been drawing parallels between this and the Ink Palm Mini, which is the smallest e-reader pretty much available, next to the Y-Ben, which is a very silly concoction. So it's really useful that you're able to turn pages with one hand. You can tap, but to be completely honest, it's not easy to reach the other side of the screen. Look at that. I mean, I don't have piano hands, but I mean, a normal human being's thumb should be able to. And then when I go like that, the meat of my, I don't even know what you call that, like the chicken drum, is pressing on the screen. So it's like, it's not that great. It's good with two hands. You can go forward and back like that. But with one hand, having those volume buttons, much like the Ink Palm, much like, you know, your phone when you're using the Amazon app, it really does change everything. Because it just simply allows you to turn pages a lot more seamlessly and easily. So it's quite nice. Reading experience on this is quite high. They do a lot of things to cater it to make it easy to read, easy to use, easy to hold. It is a fairly bulky device, but you know what? You don't want a really long, slender e-reader like a Sony phone. You don't want that. The e-reader should be kind of wide. It should kind of be kind of look like a book. Could feel like a book for the most part. That's why Kindles and everything, you know, Kobos and iReaders and everything is flat and usually wider because, you know, it doesn't do anybody any good to have this thin column Snickers bar of a screen. So it's just not, it's not the way it should be. And very few e-readers are narrow. You guys aren't asking anything else about this, which is totally fine. So a lot of you guys just like to kind of have this on, listen to it and stuff like that. So that's totally cool. They do have a bookstore. Now with this unit, you can change the language as you see here. Everything is in whatever language you choose. You can import your own content. So like some people were saying they speak Portuguese, they speak Spanish. You can put whatever language content you want on this. But a lot of the actual services are going to be in Chinese. So like we showed you, when you go to the App Store, you have all this stuff and you're like, I don't know what any of this is. I've never even heard of Momo. Like, I don't know if that's an instant messaging app. It looks like some sort of TikTok picture sharing application. So could potentially download all this, of course, and have a lot of fun with it. Banana Touch. Look at that. I don't even know what that is. So you can do all that, but your services are going to be in Chinese. If I go to the bookstore, if I go apps, not that one. Where was it? Oh, the bookstore is here. The bookstore is going to be Chinese. Everything's going to be in Chinese. But you can, as I said, you can go to the Ink browser. You can download Amazon. You can download the Amazon App Store. You can download Barnes & Noble. Look, you can download Kobo Books. You can download Barnes & Noble and then sign into Barnes & Noble and then sign into Kobo and sign into Sony and sign into all these services, Manga Rock. And then from that app, get your content. You don't have to use the already embedded bookstore that goes through the iReader Pro bookstore. I just realized that. I might just be accessing the iReader bookstore. iReader is a huge company, and they don't get a lot of they don't get a lot of recognition for that because they are primarily a Chinese-only company. But they're into a lot of stuff. They white label their products out. They make nibs for Remarkable. They're pretty big, honestly. So they have these infrastructures in place that they add services like that to other units. I didn't even notice that, which is why I like doing these lives before we do the review, because it gives us a chance with you guys to bounce off ideas and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. Gonzalo, can you read in landscape? Cheesebalo, can you read in landscape? I don't know. It's a good question. Let's see. Probably. So if I go back to, where was I? What was I using? Oh, Aldeco, right, yeah. So I go to Aldeco, and I should be able to read in landscape by just changing the phone to landscape. So I go here, and I go auto rotate. Turn on auto rotate. There you go. I knew that would work. I didn't. There you go. Perfect. So you can read in landscape. And from here, I assume the elements are in landscape as well. They are. So I can lower the text size a smidge, go back, and look at that. Boom. Footsteps approach. The princess rises to greet her visitors. Uh-oh. Stuff's going down in the princess in what did that say? The evanescent. Okay. What do we got here? Zeal00. Ask for consent before banana touch. Yeah, I don't know what that was, man. And like I clicked on it and all these like pictures of girls and stuff. So I don't know what that is, honestly. OC Gemus. Hi, do you think they'll release a color version of the Hi Reader? You know what? Why didn't they? Okay, I'll give you a little bit of I know Hi Reader personally quite well. We've met them on at trade shows. I personally talk to them on a, not a daily basis, but like probably a monthly basis when they send us samples and ask for like stuff. iReader usually does this thing where they release something and then they release something else days, if not days later, weeks later at times, that completely cannibalizes the thing they just released. If you don't believe me, watch. Where's my paper? I'll use the same one with I thought it'd be cool by switching cameras, and I didn't switch the cameras. Okay, back here. I'll just show you really quick, and this is evident of what actually happens. Let's get this paper all sorted here. They released the A5, and then they were like, haha, A5, here's the A5C, which is basically the same thing but in color, thus cannibalizing the A5. Then they did the A5 Pro, and they're like, oh, it's got 64 gigs on board storage. And then they made the A5 Pro CC, and it's like, okay, well, that's the second time you've done that. And then they did the A7. Days later, they did the A7 freaking CC. And then they're just like, they do this thing. It's an actual thing they do. So what we've seen right now is they did the Hisense. Okay, well, for the Hisense Touch, they skipped over color. They didn't do color, and they did the museum edition. So that doesn't count. But with this one, they have two units right now. They have the Hi Reader and the A9. I almost guarantee, I don't know, honestly, and if I did know, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you because I'd be bound by something I wouldn't be able to tell you. Anyways, someone's, Robert, see you later, man. Thank you very much for stopping by. I really appreciate it, seriously. And thank you for a lot of the comments early on. Very much appreciated. I'm almost certain they're going to do, and I don't know, again, Hi Reader C or CC, and then the A9 CC. Because it only makes sense for them to do that. And we think this line here is going to be Kaleido 3. That's, I was talking to Mike yesterday, actually, on a meeting. We do table meetings and all that, you know, over Zoom and stuff. And he's like, yeah, it makes no sense for them to do Kaleido 2. Kaleido 2 is back here, and Kaleido 1 is like over there with the A5C. It doesn't make any sense to go Kaleido Plus, Kaleido 2. So they're going to do Kaleido 3. I don't know if it's going to be an iteration of this. I don't know if it's going to be an iteration of the A9. But they will do it. I'm certain. Hisense was, I think, the second device ever to have color next to the iReader C6. And then iFlyTech had the C1. I'm almost thinking Hisense, I have to check the YouTube roll because we have everything there, but when you switch to the face cam, it sounds awful. There we go. I'm almost certain they have some sort of what do you call color in the works. Again, can't confirm anything. I don't know, but there's got to be something there. What do we got here? Alex Thorne, this looks really good. Why is it so expensive for an e-reader? Because Hisense products are expensive. They've always been expensive. The A5C is like $300. The A5 Pro CC is even more. The A5 CC is like $500. The Hisense Touch is like $329. Because they're expensive. I mean, asking why it's expensive, it's just an expensive thing. You can't say this is just an e-reader, so it should be $49 like an Amazon Kindle. That's not how it works. It unfortunately can't be like that. It is expensive. I get it, but that's just not the reality. Hey guys, the mandatory Pokemon Go has been done yet? Is that a thing we should be doing, Pokemon Go? We can do it. You know what? We'll do that next time. Seriously, we will. Zeal00 Saucy. Yeah, I'm going to download Banana Touch. We're going to do a review of it. What we got here? Ace is here. Courtney's here. Yeah, awesome. MZ sounds... the face cam sounds terrible. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll figure that out. But we're just about to wrap up here because we have no more questions on this. And we got to get on a review on this because the A9 is coming right around the corner. And Onyx, as we announced, is releasing 3 units. One moment. Pardon me. Onyx is releasing 3 brand new units in the coming month. Apparently, they should be. And we also have 2 iReaders that are coming out. We have a bunch of stuff on the works. So right now, we have to get on this as soon as humanly possible because the A9 is coming. We got to do the review on this. Onyx is just coming around the corner. We got the iPad that just landed. To be honest, I didn't think they'd actually be responsive to that because a lot of the times, to be completely honest, they mostly just ghost us when it comes to these because it's like, well, you're a good e-reader, why do you want an Air, right? But they actually released it to us this time, so we're going to do them justice and obviously do a full review and unboxing and all that fun stuff. We have some contests coming up soon, and we are also going to get into a new segment of something. It's going to be a fun little show coming up once a month that we're going to be doing. Aside from Michael and I doing our thing. So, yeah, lots of stuff coming up, but stay tuned for more videos, goodereader.com. We have stuff going nonstop. Oh, man. There's a video coming out today. It's going to be a good video. Like, oh, man. Okay, hold on. Wait. Someone's asking a question. Okay. Before we wrap up, I'll show you. Can you show off his design again? It looks awesome. That's the side. That is the e-ink button. This is the other side. And again, we'll get into some 360s when we do the, when we do the review. That's the power button. These are the volumes. You can use it for page turns. Bottom looks like so. Jeez, with some micro USB, USB-C microphone. Top is really cool. It says designed by Hisense, engraved in there, and the speaker port looks like a sound wave, like a equalizer, fluctuating up and down. Mike Kane says Onyx will be Kaleido 3. I guarantee Onyx is going to be Kaleido 3. There's no reason to do Kaleido 2 anymore. That's gone. Even MeBook has plans, potentially Boyu, to do some sort of color. So Kaleido 2, let's just say is, yeah, no. OSY GMS, thank you for the review. Thank you guys for stopping by. Never fails. There's always something wrong with our audio or video or something, but we appreciate you guys stopping by every single time anyways. And yeah, we have some contests coming up. We have a really cool video coming out later. I think it's going to be uploaded right after this. Thank you all for stopping by. This is the A5. This is the Hi Reader. I'm going to switch to the front just to say bye really quick. I'm sorry the audio is really bad. Hello, Kevin. I'm just going to say goodbye, everybody. Stay tuned for this. Thank you all so much. You guys have been fantastic. See you next time. Sorry about the audio. Yes, Kevin, there is a Hisense A9.